It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick Seating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. Now, let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wenatchee, Washington for tonight's encounter between the Quincy Jackrabbits and your Wenatchee Panthers. Hi again, I'm Sebastian Moraga. Pleasure to have you with us. Alongside me is our soccer expert, Matt Wisen. And Matt, on paper, these teams look very different. 2A versus 4A, CWAC versus Big Nine. You have a coach like Dennis Stronson, who's been there 21 years, going against Francisco Tafoya on his first ever game as head coach of this program. But if you look a little closer, these teams have a lot in common, particularly one word, state. They both want to go back there. 2016, they were state champions, Wenatchee was. Quincy finished in second in the 2A. That's the holy grail for both of these programs.
Yeah, they've both been very competitive in their division, in their league, and at state. They both know soccer very well. You know, the game translates across all divisions, and it's not uncommon to have the smaller club compete with the bigger club. It just happens. With that said, Wenatchee has been fairly dominant in this series in the last 6-7 years. Have only lost one. JV has run the table. And one other thing that kind of stacks up against Quincy tonight, this is the first time they've seen anything but a gym.
Any action, yeah.
So they have not opened it up outside of a basketball court, and that's tough. Watching the C team, watching the JV or the first and second reserve teams, they were gassed, and it showed. They were cramping up, they were grabbing their sides. If Wenatchee wants to run at them, they can, and they should probably have their way. That
is a big difference. Wenatchee, this is their third game, 2 wins so far. Quincy, like Matt said, this is their season opener after a very long preseason of workouts and practices indoors because JC Stadium is covered in snow. When we come back, we'll see the real deal, the actual game. But first, an interview with Coach Dennis Stronson. You won't want to miss it. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles. Specialty cars, lifted or lowered, Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl for today's encounter between Quincy and Wenatchee. Standing next to us is the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers for our pregame interview, brought all season long right to you by TC Slingers. If it's rock, bark, sand, or soil, there's no need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They'll place the material for you. I memorized that right up. Coach Dennis Stronson, always a pleasure. And is there an upside to playing a 2A team early in the season?
Well, they always have a competitive program. We look at the challenge of it's not just a 2A team. It's guys who play a lot of soccer, and it's a different style than maybe we see in the Big Nine.
Absolutely. Now, with 2 wins under your belt, perhaps it's too early to say that the team is settling or starting to get settled and start to find its form. But what about these first 2 games give you hope for the rest of the season?
Well, we are a very young squad. We're only returning 4 players from last year's group, but from that we have 13 seniors, so I'm relying a lot on our senior leadership and their experience, but their experience at match at a varsity level has been limited. So I was very pleased with our results over the weekend.
And moving from one topic to another, how fortunate do you have to have this field under our feet right now?
This is a blessing. We have been outside every day. We've only had one day where we had to shorten it down because we had 5 inches of snow on the field. They plowed it 4 times. They plowed it this morning. It allows us to be out here even though it's very cold, but allows us to train, one of the few places in Eastern Washington to be on the field outside. And I give everything to our athletic director, Jim Beeson. He's been working his tail off to make sure this field is playable for every training session and every match.
All right, Matt Weisen, take it away.
Yeah, so first of all, congrats again for another successful season last year in the playoffs. And it's kind of becoming commonplace. Wenatchee is expected to make the playoffs. Now, this upcoming season, heads up, sounds like we're not given maybe 2 slots, but maybe 1 slot?
Yeah, North Creek came into the Wesco Conference this year, and with the addition of North Creek, they took the berth away from us, and it went to Spokane and the Tri-Cities. So we're at 1 berth in every sport all the way across the board this year in the Big Nine. So, traditionally we've had 2 of the top teams moving on, and if you were that 3rd place team, you could have been the best team in the league but didn't make it. And so this year every game is vital, and when you get to the end of the season, it's 1 and you're done. So that's the way it's going to be.
So speaking of 1 and done, and maybe it seems like an early season already, just maybe because of the snow, how's the health of the team holding up already? I mean, it's been really cold.
We have 1 player who started the last 2 games that probably will sit out. He's got a little bit of a back spasm, and so we're going to, if he plays, it'll be very limited. We lost another reserve last night just in a hard tackle in training, just training goes. But that's one of the reasons why we have 53 guys in the program, a very, very hard-pressed tryout to create the depth that we need. And we feel very good. Both of our reserve teams today came out with nice wins, and I hope we can stand up to the example that they gave us today.
Yeah, 5-1 so far in the last 6 years. I got a chance to count tonight and look to keep things rolling tonight.
Absolutely. Coach, one last question. Sorry to interrupt you, but you have a different goalkeeper going out tonight, yes?
Yeah, we are going with our senior goalkeeper, Tayson Shepard. He's been working very hard. He and Logan Nelson were both on our first reserves last year, shared time. Tayson played in our first match up front, created a number of chances for us, gave us really quality minutes, so he's a very versatile athlete. But after having 2 matches this weekend, we decided, well, let's give the seniors some work in a friendly. It doesn't mean that Logan might not go in, but at this point, that's the plan, is to have the whole game go to Tayson.
All right, looking forward to it. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, keys to the game, and 40 minutes of top-notch soccer action for you. This is NCW Live. Don't go away.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game was pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel was brought to you by... It's time for High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick Seating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. Now, let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wenatchee, Washington for tonight's encounter between the Quincy Jackrabbits and your Wenatchee Panthers. Hi again, I'm Sebastian Moraga. Pleasure to have you with us. Alongside me is our soccer expert, Matt Wisen. And Matt, on paper, these teams look very different. 2A versus 4A, CWAC versus Big Nine. You have a coach like Dennis Stronson, who's been there 21 years, going against Francisco Tafoya on his first ever game as head coach of this program. But if you look a little closer, these teams have a lot in common, particularly one word, state. They both want to go back there. 2016, they were state champions, Wenatchee was. Quincy finished in second in the 2A. That's the holy grail for both of these programs.
Yeah, they've both been very competitive in their division, in their league, and at state. They both know soccer very well. You know, the game translates across all divisions, and it's not uncommon to have the smaller club compete with the bigger club. It just happens. With that said, Wenatchee has been fairly dominant in this series in the last 6-7 years. Have only lost one. JV has run the table. And one other thing that kind of stacks up against Quincy tonight, this is the first time they've seen anything but a gym.
Any action, yeah.
So they have not opened it up outside of a basketball court, and that's tough. Watching the C team, watching the JV or the first and second reserve teams, they were gassed, and it showed. They were cramping up, they were grabbing their sides. If Wenatchee wants to run at them, they can, and they should probably have their way.
That is a big difference. Wenatchee, this is their third game, 2 wins so far. Quincy, like Matt said, this is their season opener after a very long preseason of workouts and practices indoors because JC Stadium is covered in snow. When we come back, we'll see the real deal, the actual game. But first, an interview with Coach Dennis Stronson. You won't want to miss it. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl for today's encounter between Quincy and Wenatchee. Standing next to us is the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers for our pregame interview, brought all season long right to you by TC Slingers. If it's rock, bark, sand, or soil, there's no need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They'll place the material for you. I memorized that right up. Coach Dennis Stronson, always a pleasure. And is there an upside to playing a 2A team early in the season?
Well, you know, they always have a competitive program. We look at the challenge of it's not just a 2A team. It's guys who play a lot of soccer, and it's a different style than maybe we see in the Big Nine.
Absolutely. Now, with 2 wins under your belt, perhaps it's too early to say that the team is settling or starting to get settled and starting to find its form. But what about these first 2 games give you hope for the rest of the season?
Well, we are a very young squad. We're only returning 4 players from last year's group, but from that we have 13 seniors, so I'm relying a lot on our senior leadership and their experience, but their experience at match at a varsity level has been limited. So I was very pleased with our results over the weekend.
And moving from one topic to another, how fortunate do you have to have this field under our feet right now?
This is a blessing. We have been outside every day. We've only had one day where we had to shorten it down because we had 5 inches of snow on the field. They plowed it 4 times. They plowed it this morning. It allows us to be out here even though it's very cold, but allows us to train, one of the few places in Eastern Washington to be on the field outside. And I give everything to our athletic director, Jim Beeson. He's been working his tail off to make sure this field is playable for every training session and every match.
All right, Matt Wyson, take it away.
Yeah, so first of all, congrats again for another successful season last year in the playoffs. And it's kind of becoming commonplace. Wenatchee is expected to make the playoffs. Now, this upcoming season, heads up, sounds like we're not given maybe 2 slots, but maybe 1 slot?
Yeah, North Creek came into the Wesco Conference this year, and with the addition of North Creek, they took the berth away from us, and it went to Spokane and the Tri-Cities. So we're at 1 berth in every sport, all the way across the board this year in the Big Nine. So, traditionally we've had 2 of the top teams moving on, and if you were that 3rd place team, you could have been the best team in the league, but didn't make it. And so this year every game is vital, and when you get to the end of the season, it's 1 and you're done. So that's the way it's going to be.
So speaking of 1 and done, and maybe it seems like an early season already, just maybe because of the snow, how's the health of the team holding up already? I mean, it's been really cold.
We have 1 player who started the last 2 games that probably will sit out. He's got a little bit of a back spasm, and so if he plays, it'll be very limited. We lost another reserve last night just in a hard tackle in training, just as training goes. But that's one of the reasons why we have 53 guys in the program, a very, very hard-pressed tryout to create the depth that we need. And we feel very good. Both of our reserve teams today came out with nice wins, and I hope we can stand up to the example that they gave us today.
Yeah, 5-1 so far in the last 6 years. I got a chance to count tonight, and look to keep things rolling tonight.
Absolutely. Coach, one last question. Sorry to interrupt you, but you have a different goalkeeper going out tonight, yes?
Yeah, we are going with our senior goalkeeper, Tayson Shepard. He's been working very hard. He and Logan Nelson were both on our first reserves last year, shared time. Tayson played in our first match up front, created a number of chances for us, gave us really quality minutes, so he's a very versatile athlete. But after having 2 matches this weekend, we decided, well, let's give the seniors some work in a friendly. It doesn't mean that Logan might not go in, but at this point, that's the plan, is to have the whole game go to Tayson.
All right, looking forward to it. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, keys to the game, and 40 minutes of top-notch soccer action for you. This is NCW Live. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
And the starters for the Quincy Jackrabbits, number 2, Junior Benjamin Bazam.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, site of tonight's contest between the Quincy Jackrabbits and the Wenatchee Panthers. And we were talking before the break about how even though Wenatchee has the upper hand in results, last year's game was no cakewalk, Matt Wisen, or this Panther squad.
Not at all. Quincy always brings the game. There haven't been many runaways. There's been maybe just an 8-0 and a 5-1, but all the rest have been mostly one-point games. So these guys know each other. They're well experienced in playing, and they're a very gritty team. So I'm sure they're going to try and shock Wenatchee again.
Absolutely. And joining us in the booth today is Ed Alvarado, veteran referee of soccer here in the Wenatchee Valley. And like Matt was saying, when these two teams get together, and like Coach Strunson was saying, these two programs get together, there's a history behind it.
Definitely, and a lot of them, they have played together in the club ball too, so that they know each other. So that's, they're going to bring a very competitive game.
Absolutely. Let's have a look really quick at the starting lineup, starting with the visiting Quincy Jackrabbits, who jump onto the pitch with Jairo Carrillo at goal, number 13. Omar Rodriguez, number 23rd. Jose Pepe Lopez, number 19. Saúl Buenrostro, number 6. Daniel Alvarado, number 4. Co-captain Benjamin Bazan, number 2. Felipe Cepeda, number 7. Chris Quintero, co-captain, number 10. Brian Sorto, number 14. Adrian Borja, number 16. And Jose Luis Lopez, number 9. Wenatchee jumps onto the pitch with Tayson Shepard at goal, number 20. Diego Sitio, co-captain, number 17. Jake Wiersma, number 4. Colby Gillen, number 2. Freddy Reinaga, number 5. Rene Muñiz, number 7. Israel Rocha, number 8. Julio Garibay, number 15. Omar Lopez, a third Lopez on the pitch today, number 14. Jose Camarillo, co-captain, number 10. And Ew Holland, number 9. Head coaches for Quincy is first-year head coach on his first game as the field boss for the boys program at Quincy High, Francisco Tafoya. And for Wenatchee, in his 21st year as head coach, Dennis Tronson. So a lot to play for. We're just about ready with the introductions here at the Apple Bowl. A very faithful crowd is about to get ready to listen to the national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll tell you the rest. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. We just had the national anthem, and we're just about ready to start this contest between the Quincy Jackrabbits, state champions of 1A in 2014, and the Wenatchee Panthers, state champions of 4A 2016. And that's exactly, Matt Wisen, where these programs want to get back to. They are not satisfied with just a good showing at districts. They want to go to the big dance. They want to be playing meaningful soccer come Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely. It's kind of neat to say now. In the past, it was, hey, we made the playoffs, and now that's no longer cutting it. And those are good goals to have.
Absolutely. Francisco Tafoya taking over the program from Arturo Guerrero, who took the Quincy team to the state finals twice, winning one time and losing the second one in penalty kicks. So at the time, Francisco Tafoya was an assistant. So Tafoya, despite his newness, despite being this his first game, he knows about success. He knows what it takes. And no doubt he's going to demand just that from his players. We're just about ready to start. Wenatchee will take care of business from left to right. There's the whistle, and we are in business here at the Apple Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, with Quincy taking care of business from right to left. Reinaga. Wiersma. Switching flanks. Up the field now, trying to keep it in bounds. Tachis Lopez, Jose Luis Lopez, putting some pressure. Reinaga once again. The quick give and go. Garibay. Gillen can't control the ball, goes out of bounds. It will be Quincy ball, and now it goes right back out once again. It should be Wenatchee ball.
Panthers throwing in.
Cepeda. That one is Buenrostro. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for Wenatchee. Head referee today, Jesus Covarrubias, assisted by Jose Torres and Octavio Torres. Cepeda, taken back by Omar Lopez. Shepard. Wiersma. Garibay. Across midfield. A bit of a difficult shot to control for Camarillo. He tries again and succeeds. Camarillo, marked by Alvarado. Camarillo putting on some speed, entering the box. Let's see what the referee calls it. It's a free kick for Wenatchee, and that's one of the things that you talked about earlier, Matt, how Wenatchee needs to exploit having better conditioning, having better game legs, so to speak, than their opponents from Quincy.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate 110 yards or so in a gym when you're only working in 10, 15-yard gaps, small space. You just can't stretch those legs out.
Clear away that time by Saul Buenrostro. Wenatchee trying again. The attempt by Holland doesn't quite work. Saul Buenrostro, long ball, looking to connect with Tachis Lopez, Jose Luis Lopez. Battle along the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Quincy ball, and it is. The Jackrabbits, the Jacks, with this throw-in. 2 minutes, 35 seconds into this first half of play. Saul Buenrostro, Holland. The touch to Wiersma doesn't prosper. Ball goes out of bounds. Quincy throwing. Basan. Taken back by Garibay. Scoot back by Omar Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a bit of room. Connecting or trying to connect with Brian Sorto. Sorto and Quintero. Quintero and Sorto. Shot across. This could be interesting. The header! And a good effort by Felipe Cepeda, the veteran. Sending it out of bounds, but a very, very good combination, a very good triangulation between these two veterans for the Quincy squad. Matt Wisen.
Yeah, they did a good job. It was a good job getting the corner and getting that ball in there. And Quincy's got some size that Wenatchee center back just doesn't quite have there. And so I would keep going to that bank if I was Quincy.
Wiersma and Lopez. Omar Lopez. Long ball out of bounds. When you
and he was also offside.
Oh, there was a flag up. I missed that. I apologize. I was just about to ask you, Ed, when you're a referee and you're playing, you're conducting this game, and one of the teams is so new to everything. I mean, practices outdoors, none. Games before this, none. When perhaps the connection between brain and muscle is not what it should be. Do you give a little bit more leeway? Do you let some things perhaps slide, if that's the right word?
Well, the first thing is player safety.
Okay.
So knowing in fact that they haven't been out there, practicing on the field, running out there, with the condition of the field, which is turf, you want to try to keep it as tight as you can in order for the players not to get hurt. You want to make sure that they enjoy the game, but at the same time, that there's no injury out there. Again, being their first time out on the field, it makes it, for the team that hasn't been out on the field, and then it makes it harder. So you got to keep an eye on that stuff.
Absolutely. Push up field by Wenatchee, stopped nimbly at midfield by the Quincy Jackrabbits. There's Felipe Cepeda, taken back by Colby Gillen. Holland, scooped away by Brian Sorto. Sorto and Cepeda.
Just a little bit too much individual play by Wenatchee right now. They're holding that ball too long, trying to make some moves when they can easily pass around, spread the field, and then create some openings.
Lopez.
And then you can tell that Quincy, that's what they want to do. They want to, use their players, pass the ball around, make Wenatchee chase the ball.
Tayson Shepard. Interrupted that time by Borja. Buenrostro. Sent away by Wiersma. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Quincy Jacks. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Throw-in for Wenatchee this time. 6 minutes, 19 seconds into this, the first half of play. Quincy and Wenatchee tied at 0-0. Holland. Reynaga. Looking back for Holland. Rejected. Trying again is Garibay. Reynaga. Defensive header by Alvarado for Quincy. Battling for it is Borja. Taken back by Wiersma. Sitio. Omar Lopez. Marked that time by Chris Quintero. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for Wenatchee. Putting it quickly into play. This could be interesting. Bit of room there. Into the box. Good cross. The shot. And that one goes out of bounds. What a save by Jairo Carrillo, the goalkeeper for Quincy. Matt Wisen.
Yeah, good, great save. It's not easy to face the barrel of a gun from point blank and come up with a save. And he stood strong and did that.
First corner kick of the game for either team. And it favors the Wenatchee Panthers. Far post, header, and right at the line, saved by one of the co-captains for the Quincy team, number 2, Benjamin Bazan.
So this
second corner kick. I'm sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, this is where you're going to see Wenatchee have a little bit of an advantage as well. You can't replicate set pieces in a gym quite like you can outside. Wenatchee's, this is going on their third week of playing outside now, so they've had quite a bit of time to work some of these things out.
And that is perhaps intensified the lack of knowledge, the lack of practice when you have a coach that's trying to put in a new system.
Yeah.
Borja. Sitio. Omar Lopez. Over to chase him is Jose Luis Lopez. Daniel Alvarado. Ball goes out of bounds. I have to say, 8 minutes in, I'm impressed with Quincy. Am I the only one?
No, they're playing great.
They're playing real good, yes. Good pace, good pressure.
Bazan. Cepeda. Ball goes out of bounds, throw-in for the Jacks. Sitio. Taken back by Alvarado. Through ball doesn't prosper. Taken back quickly by the Jacks. Good maneuver on the right side. A little too long for Chris Quintero. First on it is Tayson Shepard. 9 minutes, 11 seconds into this, the first half of play. Deep ball. Great ball. This could be interesting. A good defensive maneuver that time by Jose Pepe Lopez. Looked like dangerous play to me from up here. What do you say, folks?
That's exactly right. That's what he called. He called a
high kick.
High kick. Yeah. Triangulation there. Borja. Swept away by the back line of Wenatchee. Pepe Lopez, Jose Lopez, sending it out of bounds. Wiersma, a bit of a slip there. Good maneuver by Felipe Cepeda, trying to connect, looks like with Jose Luis Lopez, Tachis. Jose Luis Lopez, the touch to Buenrostro doesn't quite prosper. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball, but still, Quincy showing very little fear and very little rust for a team that, like we said, has begun this season in less than ideal conditions. Oh, whistle on the play. Assistant referee has the flag up, offsides. None of that will count. We will have an indirect free kick for the Quincy Jackrabbits. 10 minutes, 36 seconds into this game. The Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube, including front and four-wheel alignment. Online at alignpros.com or at 182 Eastmont Avenue in East Wenatchee. I need to take my car there. It's making some awful noises. Whistle on the play. And putting it quickly into action, the Panthers are. Camarillo. Good ball. Garibay. Marked by Benjamin Bazan. But Garibay manages the shot off. And Mr. Jairo Carrillo with the stop. Garibay's got some speed to him. A bit of a collision there. Yeah. Holland seems to be doing okay, though. He was waiting for that whistle.
Me too.
Pushed upfield. Marking by Omar Rodriguez. Taken back by the Jackrabbits. Buenrostro. Good defensive maneuver by Wenatchee. Off to the races we go. Camarillo into the box. Blocking him is Jose Pepe Lopez and ultimately Jairo Carrillo, the goalkeeper. 12 minutes, 6 seconds into this one. Wenatchee and Quincy tied at 0-0. Thank you for being with us. Sebastián Moraga on the call. Matt Wisen and Ed Alvarado helping us out here with their expert analysis. A quick run. Not Alvarado. Oh my goodness. I'm never going to live that down now.
Right.
Shot across.
We know each other for a long time.
I know. That makes it even worse. That actually doesn't help.
I think you've known Sebastian. I don't think Sebastian's known you.
All right. And I was feeling so good about myself. Anyway, 12 minutes, 46 seconds into this first half of play.
I have to say that I'm very impressed with Quincy. They're playing really good against Wenatchee, and especially being their first game out on the field, they're matching up pretty good.
Let's see how the legs respond once it gets even colder, once they've had a few runs up and down the field. That's where I think Wenatchee might have an advantage, Matt Wisen. Ed?
Yep. I think the second half, Wenatchee at least will have some advantage there. Right now, Quincy's trying to give it Wenatchee all they can give them, not backing down, sending numbers forward, playing them physical, and hopefully they want to get a goal and put Wenatchee out of their comfort zone.
That's what they did last time. They started that game by leading 1-0, and there's Tayson Shepard, Lopez.
In the meantime, Wenatchee does look a little uncomfortable. They're with the two up front. They've kind of reverted to more of a direct game, trying to get it over the top, and they're not really bringing numbers forward and working through the middle. They're just kind of going direct.
Whistle on the play, foul called against Quincy. Will be Wenatchee ball. Shepard. About 30 yards out. Pretty maneuver there that time. Nobody there to help him out. Holland was in a different zip code. Cepeda.
Panthers throwing in.
Throwing for Wenatchee. Reynaga. And Carrillo without major trouble. Automoca, what's your Automoca emergency? Visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from Wenatchee Valley College. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Quincy Jackrabbits. Francisco Tafoya is also the head coach of the girls team, and the girls team this past season was also Francisco Tafoya's first season as head coach. The team had never made playoffs, had not won more than 2 games the past 2 years. I'll tell you more about it in a little bit, because here comes U Holland, and Mr. Alvarado sends it to the corner kick. It should be a corner kick. Third corner kick of the game, all 3 favoring the boys in black. (15 minutes 46). Right footed shot, far post, and a beautiful half volley that probably deserved better than that.
That was close. Still, they've had 2 balls into the box, or 3, I believe, and 2 out of the 3 have been cleared off the back post by a defender that's not the keeper.
Whistle on the play, a foul called, justly so, and it will be a free kick for Wenatchee. Wiersma. Garibay. Reynaga. Bit too long for Camarillo. Now it's Carrillo. Pushing the pause button. And delivering. Returning header by Rocha. Twice by Rocha. Omar Lopez. Sitio. Lopez taken back by the Jacks. Off to the races is Quintero. He overcomes his marker. Shot into the box with more optimism than accuracy. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. 17 minutes, 14 seconds into this, the first half of play.
There's a substitution for Quincy.
We're going to have a sub for the Jacks. It's number 14. Brian Sorto takes a seat and is replaced by number 12. Let's have a look-see. It's Jesus Hernandez. Isn't that the name of the former Kashmir coach? Or is he Fernandez? I'm having an awful time with names of grown-ups today, folks. Rocha. Lopez. Ultimately is Shepard's ball. Reynaga. Sitio. Wiersma. Deep ball down the flank. That's been a repeated recipe today for Wenatchee. Just that deep ball down the sidelines.
Yeah, Quincy's giving them that. They're playing fairly high line and showing lots of green in behind them.
Good move that time. Wiersma. Holland battling against 2.
Unfortunately,
taken back by Cepeda.
That's kind of where Wenatchee's losing patience once they get the ball into the attacking third. They're not really finding their support cast up there and becoming a little one-dimensional. So they can work on that, bring some more numbers forward, get some width, get some supporting, maybe a drop, and then get some depth to try and stretch that defense a little bit more.
With a bit of urgency, Mr. Shepard has to clear that ball all the way to the other end. And there's Alvarado with a bit of trouble himself. Delivering it to his keeper, Jairo Carrillo. Benjamin Bazan, whistle on the play. It will be Quincy ball as we approach the 19-minute, 30-second mark. The first half of the first half is upon us. Almost done with.
So far, we have the correct style clock working for us, counting up.
You're going to make me say it again.
In my opinion, yeah.
I say this every season. It's just that countdown thing that they do in college, and they also do it in high school in places like Idaho. Like 5, 4, 3. Oh, boy.
I'm not a fan. I know there's a reason for it, and it makes sense. Maybe I'm just a little bit too old school.
What is the reason for it? To add excitement to the game?
Well, because the referee is the official timekeeper.
Yeah.
So even having the showing the clock, I mean, sometimes it defeats the purpose. Because
yeah, like for instance, the state high school finals in Idaho, they do the countdown, like 10, 9, 8, 7. I thought it was just a college thing, but no.
Nope.
20 minutes 32. Beautiful late winter evening here in the Wenatchee Valley.
Nice and chilly.
Yeah, it could stand to be a little, oh my goodness, a little warmer. It's 38 degrees right now. Thank you very much for that. With a wind chill of 32. Quick run up the middle. This could be interesting. Let's see what the referee says. Referee says no penalty, and several Quincy players cannot, and let's not forget the fans. Several fans cannot believe it. Quincy trying again, top of the box. Interrupted that time by Omar Lopez. Still dancing inside the 18, and ultimately Tayson Shepard puts a stop to the danger.
So NCAA says that the referees do not keep time at that level. And they did have a proposal on the table to give the referees the official clocks, and they tabled that proposal. Trying to figure out why the Rules Committee did that.
Quincy fandom and some of the players up in arms a little while ago against the referee, and this latest call of his, a free kick for Wenatchee.
And I believe what the referee saw on that one is the Quincy player initiated the contact, so that's why he didn't call a penalty, because the Quincy player initiated the contact, and that's how he fell.
Back to the clock, one quick second also. It's not a running clock in the NCAA, and that's why the timekeeper stops for injuries and timeouts.
Oh, okay. Timeouts.
And so there
are free timeouts. Okay.
Yeah, stoppages in play.
Okay,
so there is some communication between the timekeeper and the referee on the field when the clock will be
22 minutes, 29 seconds. And this is the first half of play. We're still tied at 0-0. Bazan, Borja, back to Bazan, ball goes out of bounds, throwing for Wenatchee.
So
for a team that, go ahead please.
I was just going to say, Wenatchee's defensive shape, their back three, maybe when they're defending back 4 or 5, still a little bit too spread out. They're not quite compact enough. They're showing quite a bit of green in between themselves where they don't have to. They're not going to make a crossing ball 3/4 of the way across the field that a defender couldn't catch up to. So you need to suck it in and shrink that defensive side of the field.
Quincy's taking good advantage of those spaces too.
Yes, and that's really what opened up that run through the middle there, which if the referee were to have seen that a little differently, it could have resulted in a shot from the spot.
Hector Dominguez has entered the contest for Quincy, number 15. Borja. That was Lopez. Good touch for Rocha. Marked by Alvarado. Reynaga loses it. Recovered that time by Dominguez. Deep ball. Trying to connect with Quintero. Swept away. Good connection. This could be interesting.
Ooh.
And before Mr. Camarillo could connect, sent away to the throw-in by the back line of Quincy.
Yeah, they kind of are trying to exploit that. When Quincy's pushing up, Wenatchee's sending the ball through and catching him on that misdirection and runs, I guess.
Quintero. Rodriguez. Out of bounds we go. Ball goes to the Wenatchee Panthers via this upcoming throw-in. 24 minutes, 44 seconds into this first half of play. Wiersma. Sitio. Shepard over to put some pressure there. It looked like Mr. Buenrostro. Actually, it was Tachis Lopez. There's Buenrostro. Good maneuver. Nice threading of the needle there. Borja. Rejected by the Panthers. Benjamin Bazan. Bazan trying to keep it in bound. Does. And Mr. Diego Sitio hands the reins of the situation to Tayson Shepard. Off to the races we go. Holland. Marked that time by Alvarado. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see what the referee says.
He just let that run a little bit too much before getting control of it.
Correct. And he was running through clearly, and then he just let it run. Now Wenatchee's got it back on a throw-in.
Wenatchee with the ball, 26 minutes into this first half of play. Wenatchee and Quincy tied at 0-0. And now it's going to be a free kick, the indirect kind, I believe, for the Jackrabbits, who play Wapato next this Saturday, weather willing, of course. What's on the docket for, we'll tell you more in a second, because this is a beautiful play, left-footed shot, goal, 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 goal! Jose Camarillo for the Wenatchee Panthers, 26 minutes, 45.
That was a good finish, great finish, but it also got set up by EU's run through the middle and just off to the right, kind of pulled that center back out of position for a second and froze him, and Jose just took advantage of that.
You know, even though they were attacking with a very few players, but still they opened up the game nice for the nice finish for Jose.
Let's see how the game morphs from now on. Let's see if Quincy is able to maintain their style of play, or if there are going to be some changes to how they deal with this contest from now on. Whistle on the play, foul called. It should be Wenatchee ball, and it is. Jose Camarillo with the first tally of the game. Top of the box, rejected by Omar Rodriguez. Dominguez and Borja. Borja, deep ball. Looking for Tachis Lopez. To him it goes. Swept away twice. Stopped at midfield by Quincy. Alvarado. Oh, this could be interesting. Good through ball that time. Let's see what Camarillo can make happen here. Top of the box, the shot. Viene. Goal, 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 goal. Wenatchee Panthers, I'm sorry. What a great goal. What a maneuver that time between those two. And my goodness.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, Quincy finds itself in a very deep hole.
Yes. Now 2-0. Nice takeaway from Wiersma and nice pass through.
How did that happen?
It was just a little. They relaxed too much in the middle. That ball was a slow ball across the middle, and Wiersma just hit that on his full sprint.
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
And instead of waiting for the rest of his teammates to catch up, he saw an opportunity to counter those guys and just took it right to their center back and then fed the ball through. So that was perfect.
I could not believe it. I was stunned because now it's a completely different game than just a minute ago.
I mean, Quincy was doing a good job holding up the Wenatchee, but with these two goals, we'll see how they react.
Well, and some confidence is going on now. Camarillo is really covering lots of ground in the middle there. Yeah, and Jake Wiersma has really kind of found his groove as of lately and pushing that pace there, bringing the rest of his teammates into the play.
And
here he comes again.
Oh, here we go, yeah. What struck me the most about this whole situation was how Quincy responded to that second goal. They were flat on their faces, 2 or 3 players. They could not believe that all of a sudden they were down 2-0. The psychological effect could have an impact as well.
Well, and then not only that, but then also like we said earlier, the him being out there on the
Quick run down the flank. Let's see what the referee says. It's an offside call, and Mr. Holland does not agree with that at all.
He was I think a tad off.
Yes.
That pass came in just a little late. The run was a good time to run.
Oh my goodness. Stunning stuff here. That was the 29th minute, I believe.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yep.
Ish.
Ish. Quick run. Flag is up. Second consecutive offside. And we have a player with a bib on. It's number 11, Christopher Balbuena. Third substitution for Quincy.
Quincy needs to regroup, take a breather, and go back to what they were doing earlier.
Exactly. Shepard. Omar Lopez. Kellen. Rocha. Kellen. Off to the races we go. Omar Rodriguez. Ball goes out of bounds. Throwing for the Panthers. Taken back by Quincy. Tachis Lopez. He's been one of the players who's brought some danger, especially down this left flank of the Quincy attack. But so far, it's still a 2-0 lead with 2 lightning quick goals by Jose Camarillo. 32 minutes, 20 seconds, and Quincy, I think it would serve their psyches well if they managed at least 1 goal back at now.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, again, what they need to do is go back to what they were doing earlier and just regroup. I mean, knowing, in fact, it's their first time out there on the field.
Muniz. Jake Wiersma. Rocha. Sitio. Lopez. There's a flag up. There's a bit of a frank exchange of ideas going on at midfield. Let's see if the referee goes to his pockets.
On the far side, AR saw that.
Couple of lectures going on. Will it be ball to the ground, Ed?
Wenatchee had possession of the ball, so normally it should go back to Wenatchee.
Not really sure what that was all about. Maybe just settling them down a little bit.
This is a friendly, fellas. At least supposed to be. Shepard. Reynaga. Quick touch upfield. Wiersma. Back to Reynaga. Marked by Tachis Lopez.
Quincy not so excited to press anymore.
Sitio.
A little worried. Those runs are coming out of the back for Wenatchee, not necessarily from the forwards, and that's where they haven't been picked up.
Omar Lopez and Carrillo.
You know, Sebastian, and for a referee perspective, that's what ARs are for. You know, they're for in case to keep an eye on what's going on the field. Center referee concentrates on the field, and then the trailing AR, which is AR number 2, Jose Torres, was able to see what was going on out there on the field and got the referee's attention to calm things down.
That was a good job by the assistant referee.
Correct.
Because that was not close to him at all.
At all, correct. Yeah. And that's what, you know, AR1 and AR2 and center referee, they work together as a team.
A quick run down the flank, interrupted by Quincy. That's Carrillo once again. Carrillo. Yeah, that second goal seems to have taken the wind out of the sails a little bit for Quincy. They don't seem to have the same verve that they had earlier.
They're not pushing down the field like they were. Yeah. They're leaving numbers back. They're not pressing as high. So they're definitely worried that they might give up that third, which
absolutely
could definitely be the last straw.
Free kick for Quincy. Into the box, looking for Tachis Lopez. Dominguez, keeping it alive. Barely goes out of bounds nonetheless. Whistle on the play. Holland hits the deck. And Quincy's own Benjamin Bassan helps him up. Wiersma and Reynaga. Reynaga and Holland and Wiersma. Switching flanks for Omar Lopez. Up the field. Reynaga. Holland. Scooped back by Bassan. Pepe Lopez. Off to the races we go. Reynaga and Balbuena. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. 36 minutes, 49 seconds into this contest, with Wenatchee ahead of Quincy by the score of 2-0. Chris Quintero returns to the pitch. Ball goes out of bounds yet again, and it will be Quincy ball. Folks, Color Effects, offering screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and logo design for your team, school, business, or church at a fair price. Locally owned for over 20 years. Call Color Effects at 509-470-9586.
Quick sub from Wenatchee, Kevin Mendoza in for EU Holland.
Kevin Mendoza, thank you, Matt. Number 12.
Correct.
Pasan. Bit too long that time for Balbuena. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be a throw-in for the Panthers. Time is now being kept by the referee, Ed?
Correct. That's it. You know, it's 2 minutes left of the game, and it's up to the referee if he wants to add some additional time for fouls or anything that he seems to want to add some time. But obviously, it has been a very fast-paced game, and I don't foresee him adding a lot of extra time.
Wiersma. Lopez. Sitio. Reynaga. Quick touch upfield for Wiersma again. Muniz. Interesting ball. This could be interesting. Swept away nimbly that time by Pepe Lopez. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. A third goal, like you said, would be the death knell for the Quincy Jacks in this game, especially considering how little time, actual field time they've had.
At this point, yeah. And I never want to rule them out. Fluky things can happen, but
sure.
But seeing how they've reacted to the first 2 goals against them, a third, if they react in a similar way, they would be down in a pretty deep hole. And it's pretty hard to get out of.
Reinaga once again.
As like you said, Matt, earlier, Quincy's not pressing no more. You know, they're just holding back. They're staying back.
Pivoting header that time. Buen rostro. Taken back by Wiersma. Rocha. Pushed upfield by Muniz. Flag is up. I do not know about that one. What do you say, Ed?
From my angle, I think he was offside. He was just a little bit, but you know.
They have a much better view than we do.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Everything but your arm can be off, or
yes.
only your arm can be offside, right? Only thing you can't play the ball with.
Yes.
And there's the whistle that tells us that this
Can your
first
head be
half.
offside? Just your arm, I think. Right?
Just the arm. You can be ahead.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today. Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where we just have witnessed a very game Quincy squad get off to a fast start that lasted about 27-28 minutes or so, and Mr. Jose Camarillo took care of things and put Wenatchee ahead 2-0. It's been the tale of two halves, all in one half. Matt Wisen and Navarro.
Yeah, you can tell they're kind of exchanging some punches. Wenatchee trying to find a weakness, gain a little more confidence. a little reserved in their attack at first, and Quincy really kind of sending numbers forward. And then the second half of the first half, the pace of play, the speed that Jake Wiersma, Jose Camarillo pushed that ball through the middle and ran at their back line was just too much for Quincy to keep up with, and Wenatchee found the net a couple times.
That is correct. And then on the same token, if you, I mean, I was keeping track of the fouls. When they were 0-0, there was only 3 fouls against Wenatchee. And then once the Wenatchee went ahead, there was 3 more fouls. And then when they went to 2-0, there was 4 more fouls against Wenatchee. So Quincy started pressuring more, and you can tell that desperation started to come up too. The frustration, because they were holding them pretty good, and then all of a sudden, 2 quick goals, and that can break a team.
Yeah, they're getting a little tired, a little slow for the challenges, leaving that leg out, that foot out there a little long, clipping some ankles and stuff, and it just happens. And you're down 2-0, and the weather keeps getting colder. All you want to do is go to the bench and find a warm spot.
That's correct.
On the other hand, the conventional wisdom says that there's no more dangerous score in soccer than 2-0 because
That
the
is
momentum
correct.
can switch in one fell swoop, basically. I do not see that happening. I think Wenatchee has the opportunity and the experience, given the fact that this is their 3rd game, to put this game away in the second half.
Well, this halftime might actually be Quincy. You can see that go either way, but could be Quincy's to their detriment in that they're tired. They're cold. This is the first time they've been running outside. Lactic acid is building up, and they're not moving around in that locker room right now. So they're going to come out and probably be a little tight. Whereas Wenatchee's conditioned for this, they could almost. I'm sure Tronson's saying, "You got them on your heels. Let's put that foot on the gas even harder and push for that 3rd goal. Just take the sting out of this game and put it to bed."
Absolutely.
That's correct. And then not only that, but also, Wenatchee's used to playing on turf. Quincy's not used to playing on turf. So the ball travels faster. So that's another disadvantage that Quincy has over Wenatchee.
And it's an interesting point you bring up, Ed, is the field. Christine Marol here, another referee, mentioned that there seems to be like a film on top of the artificial turf. That's going to make it even harder.
Correct. Yeah, it makes it harder. I mean, the ball, again, travels faster. So that's, if you're not used to being out there in the field with this type of weather, I mean, that can be tough on the players.
Yeah, it's hard. It has not been broomed, and that's why there's that film.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll tell you all about the upcoming 40 minutes of action here at the Apple Bowl. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life Channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and...
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwimmt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you!
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCW Life channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise. Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set. These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where Wenatchee is leading Quincy by a score of 2-0. 27th minute, Jose Camarillo. 29th minute, or 29th-ish minute, as Matt Wisen put it, Jose Camarillo. So a brace for the talented Camarillo, and something tells me he doesn't feel like he's done. I think he wants that hat trick.
He wants a hat trick, yes.
It's cold out. You got to get that hat on. It's free.
Folks, just a reminder, the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee prides itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529.
There you go again with that Windmill. You're killing me with that every time. I'm just starving every day I do this broadcast because I don't eat for a long time.
Yeah,
and then you talk about their steaks and their fries and their beer, and oh my gosh.
Not only, let me tell you something. Not only am I having to do this ad about this great place with great food, I went grocery shopping before I came here. Okay, and I couldn't eat a thing, so it was torture. And my mom was there with me. She's like, "Hey, how about some of this? You want to?" I was like, "Mom, no, I can't.
No more. No mas.
No mas. That's right, Roberto Duran.
Yeah,
Yes.
no mas.
No mas. No mas. Oh boy. Well, folks, Quincy will take care of business from left to right on your screen, decked in white, green, and white, while the Panthers are decked almost entirely in black and will play from right to left. One Way Construction, founded in 2000, One Way is a premier custom home builder and construction company in Leavenworth, Kashmir, Chelan, Wenatchee, and north central Washington areas. Whether your project requires general contracting, framing, concrete, or consulting services, they want to be a part of making your vision a reality. They believe that great communication and customer service plays the most important role of a successful construction project. Find them on the web at onewayconstructionnw.com. We're back in action now. Quincy, without a doubt, going to try to find that 2-1 tally rather quickly before it gets any colder in here. Or out
That
there,
is
I
correct.
should say.
And I think they're going to try to do the same thing as the first half. They're going to pressure to see if something breaks. And then hopefully that will help them get the momentum going.
Lopez and Shepard. Taken back by Quincy via number 18, a newcomer to this game, Noel Hernandez. Ball goes way out of bounds.
Panthers throwing in.
We're back in action now. Wiersma. Whistle on the play, foul called. Defensive header.
That needs to be moved. It's a blue Subaru, license number BGX4390. Again, a blue Subaru
Quintero.
BGX4390. We need you to move your car.
Taken back by the Panthers. Camarillo. Another newcomer to this game is number 5, Roberto Corona, for Quincy. Whistle on the play, foul called. 2 minutes into it, a couple of free kicks already. And poor Roberto Corona looks like he's freezing out there. Now he goes for the ball. Maybe that'll help him warm up a little bit, that quick run.
They want to be out there running because it's too cold to be just standing up.
Absolutely. He's got the sleeves of his jersey wrapped over his hands.
I mean, just looking at them, I get cold already.
That's the only reason I have not signed up to Rough yet.
Is that it?
Until they get, full sleeve Gore-Tex fleece-lined jerseys.
Like George Costanza, that big coat that
yes.
Yeah.
And let me be out there in like Carhartt overalls.
Then you might think about it. Huh?
I might think about it.
And a golf cart, and a heated golf cart. Let's
heated
not
golf
forget.
cart would be really nice, yes. Yeah, you can always tell the veteran referees on cold nights like this, they're up here in the booth.
That is correct.
We got 2 refs with us today, folks.
And that's what we're the assigners to. This is a good game, guys. Yeah, go out there and have fun while we'll cheer you on here. Nice and warm.
Yellen. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball, I believe. Yes,
Yep.
Wenatchee ball.
It's a throw-in.
Omar Lopez.
Hard landing there This turf
into the box.
Even though it's got rubber, crumb rubber in it, it's also has quite a bit of frozen water in with that right now. So that's a hard pitch.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, 11 in the booth right now, folks.
They're keeping us warm too.
So they are helping. That is helping. Yes.
Have we got somebody to get the ticket money for those 11 people?
No. I think we're going to have to take IOUs this time.
Windmill will work.
Very popular place in the cold night. There's Camarillo once again. Into the box we go. Shot across and the stop by the goalkeeper for Quincy. Is it still Jairo Carrillo? Let me see. Yeah, 13. Jairo Carrillo. Cepeda. Borja. Holland. Camarillo, the shot over the crossbar. Good effort that time.
Yeah, I like his thinking there. Catch the keeper out just a little bit.
Yeah, he was out a little bit from the box. So.
Just sitting back on a shot a little bit and couldn't get over the top on it.
Quincy will restart the action here. Pepe Lopez taken back by Camarillo. Bit of a collision there. Play will not continue.
Good call.
Free kick. What do you say? 22, 23 yards thereabouts?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe closer to 24, 25.
Taking care of business, Vera Montes, and the stop by Jairo Carrillo. Cepeda. Sorto. Cepeda, Sorto. Buen rostro.
But still, the referee should be able to.
Recovered by Wenatchee. Quintero off to the races. Good interruption that time by Garibay. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Jackrabbit ball. 46 minutes, 46 seconds in this contest. Whistle on the play. Foul called. Rocha.
You know, Wenatchee's
a little too eager there.
Well, Wenatchee's getting a little frustrated. They feel like they could have had a couple extra calls that weren't given to them, and that was kind of a knock back to that same player that just got under the skin of one of ours. So it
one of whose?
One of Wenatchee's. One of ours.
Into the box we go. The half volley doesn't quite work. A good idea by number 6, Saúl Buenrostro. Trying to connect with Daniel Alvarado.
See, it goes back to the consistency. I mean, if you're going to call fouls like that, just call it both ways. Yeah. So it makes it easier for refs and for the players for not to get frustrated. And sometimes, that consistency, it helps for the flow of the game.
That's the one thing that at least I used to rely on. If my game wasn't there, I knew I could always play physical. And that way I could try and take the other team off their game a little bit by the physical play. And so you're kind of seeing that come up in Quincy right now. While they might be a couple steps behind, they can try and get under Wenatchee's skin by bumping them, knocking them off the ball, creating more fouls. And hopefully, Quincy's tactic is maybe that will distract Wenatchee enough to where they can find the net.
Gillen.
To where Quincy can find the net.
Gillen, nice job. Viramontes. Deep ball. Off to the races is Holland. First on it is Corona. Let's see what the next play dictates. It will be Quincy ball. Referee demanding a bit of a relocation there.
Yeah, if I'm Wenatchee, I'm just still trying to pick up the pace through the middle and push that ball, run at their back line. It's going to make Quincy. They're going to have to retract back and cover that. If not, Wenatchee's going to find that goal again.
Quick touch to the left. Rocha. Good recovery. Straight up field, trying to look for Camarillo. Swung away by Hernandez. Noel Hernandez. Gillen and Shepard. Way upfield, looking for Camarillo. Battling for is Pepe Lopez and ultimately Jairo Carrillo. Folks, Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. Bit of a high elbow there. The referee says play on. Shepard. Battle of headers.
There's the payback on that.
Yep.
High elbow.
Whistle under play.
And then the third foul gets called.
That's it.
Yeah, at least the players are showing each other some respect still.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Free kick for Quincy. It was Roberto Corona, who's a little bit gimpy at the moment.
See, that's the difference between a boys' game and a girls' game. Boys retaliate right away. Girls will hold it, and then they will retaliate later. And here we saw 3 consecutive fouls, and then he called the third one.
Right around midfield, we do battle. Viramontes. The quick touch upfield. Pepe Lopez. Trying to make his way through a forest of white jerseys, and now a collision. See what the referee calls that.
Not going to call it. Well, did he call it?
Did he? I think he did call it, yes.
He got spiked on the toe, it looks like.
Yep.
Gillen.
Feels extra special on nights like this.
Viramontes. Sitio. Trying to look for Holland. Trying again for Quincy was number 17, Ezequiel Estrada.
See, and
The
this
sixth
is
for Quincy.
This is a time to start controlling the game better for the referee because it could get out of hand. So far, we have had 6 fouls already. So we have more fouls in the second half on the short period of time than on the first half.
12 minutes of the second half so far. Quick run down the flank. Ball goes out of bounds. One Way Construction, a premier custom home builder and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. Online, onewayconstructionnw.com. Shepard. Hernandez. There's Borja. Quincy trying to bring some danger across midfield. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for, let's see what the referee says, Quincy. I thought it would be Wenatchee ball myself. Nope, it's going to be a free kick. Top of the box. Corona. First runner is Holland, marked by Corona. Alvarado. Hard collision, my goodness. And this is going to be the first caution of the game. Number 16 for Quincy, Adrian Borja. Yellow card in the 54th minute of play.
See, just what I was saying. If you start showing cards, things could get out of hand. And again, this is the 7th foul of the second half.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy one to call.
Correct.
As far as I'm concerned. But, yeah, the 7th foul, they're starting to rack up. Quincy's getting frustrated, trying to right now, it's kind of their game is just play physical. And
and hopefully draw Wenatchee out of their character.
Yep.
Reynaga looking for Holland. This could be interesting. Holland, good maneuver, trying to put that ball to sleep there with the torso move. Nice shoulder touch. Up the flank we go. Garibay. Garibay. You can see that there's a lot more left in the tank of the Wenatchee players than of the Quincy players. They're not going so quickly. They're not responding quickly. They're not going after it the way they were earlier in the contest.
Correct.
And there's Tyson Shepard. The Windmill, a time-tested restaurant providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Open 7 days a week, 4:30 to 9 p.m. Call 509-665-9529. Sorry, Matt.
Yep, you just had to do it to me again, didn't you?
I certainly did.
Thinking about actually right now that coconut cream pie that they have. It's,
I think Sebastian should treat us to.
That
to
sounds
the
about
windmill
right.
After the game.
If he remembers our names.
That's
right.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yeah,
I'll just use that to my advantage. Pretend I don't know you and just leave.
If he needs to get on our good graces, that's how he can do it.
Yes.
Rocha, Reynaga. Marked that time by Felipe Cepeda. Recovered by Quincy. Quintero. A little too long for Buen Rostro. Recovered by the Panthers. Quintero once again. Pepe Lopez. Chipper into the box, connecting with Corona. Right-footed shot, and the stop by Tyson Shepard.
I'd almost like to see them change EU's role slightly as the number 9 player, have him more of a target player instead of run. And
deep run down the flank.
Jose Camarillo's running off the ball so well and behind, and if EU can hold that ball up and play off of him, they may have a little more success there. They're kind of duplicating each other's efforts right now and getting each other's way a little bit.
Substitution coming for Wenatchee. Number 4, Jake Wiersma returns to the pitch. 56 minutes, 17 seconds into this contest. Right-footed shot by Wiersma himself. Recovered by the Jacks. Saul Buenrostro. Into the box we go, and the touch before Chris Quintero can connect. Good job by the defense that time.
Yeah, good job
blocking him.
Leverage there.
Just blocking him and playing the ball. See, he didn't stop running. He just kept protecting the ball, playing the ball.
Garibay and Wiersma. Reynaga. 56-56 on the clock. Quick touch upfield, interrupted by the Jacks. Taken back by Wenatchee, asking for it on the left side is Garibay. Flag is up. And a substitution coming once again. Let's see who makes the sub. It's going to be Wenatchee. With
they did not allow the sub yet.
Number 12, Kevin Mendoza, about to enter the pitch. Buenrostro. That one is Cepeda.
Yeah,
Cepeda.
Quincy's really pressing high now. I would just park Jose right on the 50 there.
Back we go. Down the flank, Quintero, shot across, no
Out of
dives.
bounds. He went out of bounds first.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning. They service all brands of commercial and residential HVAC systems. Call 509-884-6444 for more information. And there's Mendoza. Who's going to call Dick's Heating right now so they can bring us some?
We should. Well, we have a lot of guys back here, so
that is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
They should keep us nice and warm in here.
Yeah.
I prefer a heater.
And Quincy still trying to find their first tally of the 2019 season. Omar Rodriguez. Ball goes out of bounds, throwing for Wenatchee. 58 minutes, 52 seconds into this contest. Buen rostro. Whistle on the play, foul called. And it will be a free kick for the Jags. Referee reminding Buen rostro of the location of the ball. And Buen rostro tried to play the old "I can't hear you," but didn't really work. 59-28. Left-footed shot. And before, oh my goodness, before Mr. Alvarado could connect, is Tayson Shepard's ball, and apparently the collision with Alvarado seems to have dinged him up a little, or perhaps he's just killing a little time.
Yeah, looks like he got.
Yeah, I think he
got
got
hit
hit.
cap
Yes,
or something
yes,
there.
yeah.
But now that goes against us because it's a spot foul. Quarterback
against whom?
Against Wenatchee. Against us. Yep. Well, he's going to let him pick the ball up and punt it. So that was
Wenatchee scored, and I called it for Quincy. Okay, you're allowed to say against us. Okay.
I think Matt is thinking of a windmill too.
Ball goes out of bounds, throwing for Wenatchee. And in this moment of the ball game, brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, providing the best environment, most qualified, experienced therapists in North Central Washington. You have the right to select your healthcare team. Why wouldn't you choose the best? Choose Biosports.
Yeah, hopefully Tayson doesn't have to go to Biosports now after he's coming off Gimpy, and we got Logan coming in for him now.
And we have number 8 as well. That would be Israel Rocha returning to the contest.
See, definitely, Logan likes to play up.
Yeah, a little different style there.
Correct.
Wenatchee can afford to play a little higher line with the keeper, though, cover that space in behind. a little different appearance to the back line now.
That is correct. Yes.
Starting with that jersey.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of bright jerseys as a keeper for keepers.
You must have loved Jorge Campos then back in the day.
Oh yeah, great colors. To me, I want to take every advantage I can, and if the last thing the shooter sees is my bright jersey, then I've got a little bit of an edge, and they're more often than not shoot right at me. I'll keep your run going.
Wenatchee on the move now. Stopped there by Daniel Alvarado. Omar Lopez. EU Holland. Viramontes. Switching back now for Wiersma. Reynaga.
Just need to keep that ball swinging across.
Nice move that time. Looked like Gillen. Into the box we go, but first on it will be Felipe Cepeda. 62 minutes, 20 seconds into this contest. If you are Quincy and you take a 2-0 loss, but you manage to keep Wenatchee off the board for the second half, that in a way is a moral victory of sorts, but a victory nonetheless in a way, I believe, considering how rough the start of the season has been for them.
I don't think well, they're not going to be happy either way.
No, I understand. I mean, a loss is a loss, but the way this game looked for them at the end of the first half to be able to keep Wenatchee off the board.
Yeah, it's definitely not as demoralizing.
True.
Keeping a draw in the second half. If they give up another goal in the second half, I think they would really not feel so great.
There's Logan Nelson. Viramontes. Holland.
I'm going to swing that ball around. Get some
Lopez.
width
Wiersma.
Let them chase the ball.
Sitio. Lopez.
there. They're looking downfield too much, and they just need to keep that ball moving.
Sitio. Nelson. 63-41. Quincy and Wenatchee going after it here at the Apple Bowl. Holland. Marked by Omar Rodriguez. Holland. Oh, my goodness.
That was a good job by you. He set him up for that foul and made it look like he went down with a lot more contact, but it wasn't a whole lot of contact.
It was not a whole lot of contact, yeah. I mean, it was a foul, but it was not as much as I mean, he sold it pretty good.
I've seen him play through a lot worse than that.
Correct.
But, yeah, foul's a foul.
Harvest Valley Pest Control, your local North Central Washington pest control expert, serving Wenatchee, Chelan, Leavenworth, Quincy, Moses Lake, Ephrata, and everyone in between. Call 509-797-0090.
Keeper change.
Keeper change.
Keeper change for
Quincy.
Quincy.
Makes you wonder what's going on with the keeper.
Irvin Perez.
Frozen.
There's a shot, and the stop by Mr. Perez himself. Getting right into the action. Oh my goodness. What happened there?
A little miscommunication.
Yeah.
I think he was expecting for Logan to come out and
no. Camarillo and back to Camarillo now. You were saying it?
No, I'm just saying I think the defender was waiting for Logan to come out and receive the ball. He kept going backwards. So Quincy player was almost took advantage of that.
Yeah, in that scenario right there, you want your keeper making the initial call, being very direct and clear with the instructions and quick. Otherwise, more often than not, you can end up in trouble.
Christopher Valbuena returns to the pitch for Quincy, as does Hector Dominguez.
So we're seeing Quincy push numbers forward a little more now. They're taking one out of the back.
Rodriguez. Irving Perez. Back to Rodriguez. Across midfield we go. Stopped there by Diego Sitio. Looking once again for Holland. Holland has ran a marathon today. Shot across. Whistle on the play. It will be Quincy ball. 66-22 on the clock. Founded in 2000, One Way is a premier custom home builder and construction company in Leavenworth, Kashmir, Chelan, Wenatchee, and North Central Washington areas. Whether your project requires general contracting, framing, concrete, or consulting services, they want to be a part of making your vision a reality. They believe that great communication and customer service plays the most important role of a successful construction project. Find them on the web at onewayconstructionnw.com. The frustration begins to mount for those fellas in the white jerseys. There's Logan. Omar Lopez. Quick touch to the right for the quick triangulation with Holland. Bit of a collision there with Jesus Hernandez. Quincy ball. Wenatchee taking over. Viramontes. Mendoza to the corner. Gillen and Perez. Nifty little maneuver by.
Very nice save by the keeper. Playing his
keeper
penalty
for
area.
Yeah, coming in cold like that, it's tough to judge the pace of play right now. And I'm not quite sure why they did the substitution at the time they did, but that was definitely a solid stop.
And there's
Pick that ball
Mr.
up.
Nelson with another stop of his own with a bit more urgency, however.
And there's a
bit of a collision there, but a late call as well.
Go to the pocket on this one. That was uncalled for.
Yep, that was a late hit, coming in late. And again, it shows a frustration for Quincy.
That was Rocha getting hit. Yes, Israel Rocha. Ball goes out of bounds yet again. Holland defers to Omar Lopez. Back to Camarillo. Oh! And the delivery back to the keeper.
Nice.
Around. There's a shot, and it sails over the crossbar. What a technically rich maneuver that time by Camarillo, getting control of the ball and then delivering that shot.
Yeah, very creative. Good, solid finish there.
We're battling at midfield now. Camarillo. Wiersma opening the game up. Switching flanks. The header. And it sails a little wide. Erwin Perez with the stop.
Almost want to drive that one hard across the back line and just hope that the defenders can misplay that into their own net.
Absolutely. Founded more than 80 years ago, the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee prides itself on being a local legend. The Windmill features slow roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529. Lopez and Holland cannot quite connect. And Quincy, who seems to have found a bit of a second wind of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wenatchee's kind of been letting them hang on a little bit.
Correct.
And it's encouraging to Quincy, and they're finding that wind and getting a little bit of momentum.
I think if I'm Wapato, I'm a little worried, because if this is how Quincy plays with no practice time, with no games prior, it's going to be interesting to see this Saturday in Wapato what they can do. Who do the Wenatchee Panthers play next, folks?
They play a week from today.
A week from today.
And I believe it's, let me check, I was just thinking it was West Valley.
Oh, there's a shot in the stop by Logan Nelson. Right place, right time. Good maneuver that time by the backup goalkeeper.
West Valley.
West Valley?
Yep. They've got
Indeed,
quite
West Valley Yakima, 7 p.m. at the Apple Bowl.
A run of home games here to open up the season. West Valley has an hour, then Eastmont, and then they're on the road. Speaking of Eastmont's game, which was originally scheduled for Friday at Eastmont Stadium, has been moved to Saturday here at the Apple Bowl because, as Coach Tronson was saying prior, this is the only show in town here with regards to fields open. So Eastmont has already played 2 games here this season, Meade and Central Valley. So this will be their third home game at the Apple Bowl, at which NCW Life will be broadcasting
Absolutely.
Saturday night at 7.
Absolutely. I promise to get all the teams right then.
And the names too, please.
I will do my best. I cannot promise you that one.
Oh, okay.
7:30. Well, they can show up early for. It's a good game. You want pre-funk for it.
Of course. There's a shot, heart of the box.
The red zone will be here in force.
They can go to the Windmill, and then after they can come to the game
with the big to-go box for.
That's right.
For the
right.
crew
Omar
up here.
Rodriguez sending it out of bounds. We're hungry here, folks. In case you haven't noticed.
I think Sebastian should stop by Windmill before he comes to the game.
I agree.
72. Yes, that's what you want. Me with a full tummy here. Yes.
No, for us.
No, for us. No, I don't care if you eat.
Yeah, no, not you, Sebastian. Bring yours. When this is a teamwork, you bring it, we'll eat it.
Number 20 for Wenatchee has entered the contest as a field player. Now is Mr. Shepard.
And that's some good advertising. You can hear us chewing the steak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people will go after the game and just.
Ball goes out of bounds. That's how the George Foreman grill got to be such a hit. They were only one of these, these networks that they sell stuff, and George Foreman was pitching his George Foreman grill, and nobody was calling, and he started eating a burger off of that grill. And the phone started ringing like nuts. So ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Wenatchee. 73 minutes, 51 seconds into this one. We mentioned the Eastmont game. Let's also mention that Thursday, March 14th is Hockey Night. West Kelowna at Wenatchee. Game 6 from this past Sunday. 7 p.m. here on NCW Live channel. Arch Ecker on the call. That's the third name I've butchered today. And they're all grown-ups.
Did we say that Tayson Shepard's back in the game?
Yeah.
From keeper to striker.
To striker, that's right. He's out there.
Ball goes out of bounds, and
multifunctional player.
That's right.
Coach Stronson called him quite the athlete during the pregame interview. He spoke very highly of his versatility as a soccer player.
Well, and we saw Wenatchee's girls goalkeeper come on last year and have quite a bit of success at striker. Would she have a hat trick at least?
I believe so, yeah.
And I apologize, I cannot remember her name to save my life. But yeah, she killed it when she had an opportunity. Let's see if I can find some old rosters.
Holland. Stopped by Alvarado. Leg up. Whistle on the play.
Haley Matthews. Came in and had a heck of a game. I don't know if they put her in striker, but she scored 3 goals, so she may have well been a striker.
Alvarado with the free kick. Not Navarro, Alvarado. Quincy still trying to make a game out of this.
Yeah, they're not giving up. They're fighting hard.
Cepeda, pass Quintero. Rodriguez. Muniz, right-footed shot, and Irwin Perez with the stop. Rocha. Dominguez. All the way to the back. Pepe Lopez. Having a little fun there was Daniel Alvarado.
So Tayson's running hard. I guess we know the answer to the question, how hurt is he really? So that
yeah, that answers. I think he feels pretty good.
Viramontes and Muniz. Rocha. Bit of a collision there. Play continues. Viramontes.
Well, there's
and then Camarillo there getting into a frank exchange of ideas with his marker. Whistle on the play, foul called, and it will be free kick and a substitution. The substitution, however, favoring Quincy. Number 6, Saúl Buenrostro, replacing number 10, Chris Quintero.
physicality is still ramping up a little bit. It wouldn't hurt maybe here pretty soon to go to the pocket again if you had to. You want these players shaking hands after the game and not throwing fists.
That's correct.
And like Coach Stronson said, these players know each other. They've been playing in same club teams and everything for a number of years now. So there are some friendships on the line here. Left-footed shot. Good effort. However, it sails over the crossbar. 77-57.
Sails over the crossbar in the snowbank.
Yeah, good luck finding it.
I know, right? I know. I talked to Coach Stronson before the game. I asked him if they were going to do what the Colorado Rapids did a few days ago, playing with a yellow ball because the field was all snowy. He said, nope, we'll find it. It's not going to get lost. The clock has stopped on the far end of the field. Now it's the referee's call, Mr. Navarro.
That is correct. So that's 2 minutes left. And normally, again, the referee will know if needs to add any additional time or not. I think, considering the match, should not be a lot of extra time. There was no injury or any other stuff. So I will say that it will finish pretty soon.
All right. Before we go, let me tell you that Friday, March 15th at 7 p.m., we'll have Game 7 of West Kelowna at Wenatchee Wild with Arch Ecker on the call as well. Saturday, March 16th, we'll have this very game, 2 p.m., with Matt Wyson, Ed Navarro, and myself on the call. And at 7:30 p.m., Sunnyside at Eastmont Boys Soccer live from right here, the Apple Bowl, like we were saying a little while ago. And then the next day, Sunday, March 17th, 2 p.m., Pasco at Eastmont Boys Basketball from December 18th with Grant Olson on the call. And then at 7 p.m., Rogers at Eastmont Girls and Boys Basketball from December 21st with Eric Grandstrom on the call. So plenty of soccer up ahead, plenty of basketball up ahead, and plenty of hockey up ahead. A little bit of everything coming up. Quick run down the flank.
On my clock, it shows it's time to go to the corner with the ball and just let this thing run out. About 15 seconds or so.
Into the box we go.
Or
good effort by Quincy. Ball goes out of bounds. Is that a corner kick?
Yes, it is.
By my count, that's the first corner kick of the game for Quincy.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, Quincy has not had any corner kick on the first half and second half, their first one.
Now in extra time.
2-0 to score. Wenatchee up ahead. Pivoting header. And you could see the body language by Mr. Pepe Lopez. He would love to have that ball back. Perhaps put a little more oomph behind that header. As it sailed right into the hands of
referee's
Logan
checking his watch.
Quincy could be the last play of the game. Dominguez rejected by the backline of Wenatchee. Trying again. Jesus Hernandez. Dominguez. Buenrostro. Taken back by the Panthers. Trying to play keep away. That one kind of backfired. There's Felipe Cepeda, the shot across. And before
Let's launch this.
Tatis Lopez could connect. Cleared away by Wenatchee. And there's the whistle. This game is over with Wenatchee taking this one by a score of 2-0. Camarillo on the 27th and the 29th minute seals this victory. The third one in a row for the Panthers. Quincy starts their season 0-1. And we'll tell you more about this after this quick break. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support. Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where we just saw Wenatchee take this one over Quincy by a score of 2-0. And 3 wins in 3 games should make at least somebody happy. But there were some moments in which Wenatchee didn't look overpowering. They didn't look in command of their own actions a little bit. They looked a little soft.
Yeah, there were definitely some moments where they let Quincy bring the game to them and kind of relinquish control of the game and the pace. They can work on that. It's early in the season. As Coach was saying, they have lots of new players to this team. They might have a lot of seniority, but they still have not a whole lot of experience. And so identifying those lulls, being able to correct it in play is one thing they can work on.
On the other hand, we saw marvelous play by people like Jake Wiersma. We saw a lot of effort from people like Hugh Holland, and we saw Jose Camarillo, who put this game away in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, great flashes, good individual efforts by several people. Here we got the winning coach with us. Great effort all around, and it was fun to watch them. You know, there lots of upside, lots of potential. You could see what they're trying to accomplish throughout the time. Like I said earlier, some little lapses, but they're only 3 games in.
Absolutely. Coach Johnson, welcome, the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers, and your impressions of this contest in this chilly night.
I knew they would come out with an entirely different style than we've seen in our first 2 games where teams played a 4-3-3. They come out in a very organized 4-2-2, and we had to adjust. And I felt during the first 20 minutes we were kind of playing into their defensive philosophy to sit in, and they wanted to counter. But we were able to find 2 breakdowns with Jose Camarillo getting into some excellent balls, especially the first goal from the pass from Carlos Veramontes, something that we've really been striving for. Defensively, I thought we had some lapses, but I thought both goalkeepers played solid. Tayson Shepard came in and gave us 60 solid minutes off the bench, and then we finished up allowing him to go up top and kind of be a little bit of a chaser, and allowed Logan to finish the game off, and he does an outstanding job. But our back line, our back 3 was just solid today, and I think that's the key. We still got some things to work out in our midfield, and I think if we straighten those out, we're going to do really well. But tip my hat to Quincy, their first night, on the turf. And they played it exceptionally well. They're going to be a force to reckon with in the CWAC.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, it was a little bit scary for us watching up there when you took your goalkeeper out and he was limping a little bit, but then he came back in, and we assume he's doing okay?
Yeah, he took a cleat into the upper leg, and he just needed to rub it out. He goes, it was stinging a little bit, so they cleaned it up, and he was ready to go back in. I think it just froze, so he was fine. He's going to be great.
And you have a week-long break now? Your next game is a week from?
Yeah, we do not play again until Tuesday, and that game will be here. And we have back to another home game in that there's been a reschedule of the Eisenhower game from down there due to snow. They still had snow on their field as of today. They did not move it off because then it would go into the track, and you can't do that, for soccer. But so we flipped the games just because we didn't know what the weather was. So we'll be playing Tuesday night here against West Valley in our league opener, and then we will meet up with Eisenhower on Friday night. And that'll be our only Friday night game.
Matt Wisen, take it away.
No, I just want to say congrats. It's fun watching your players get out and work some things out, find some chemistry, and excited to, as I'm sure you are, to watch them progress throughout the season.
Yeah, it's an exciting group. They've really gelled together as a unit off the field, and there's, it's not about anybody scoring. It's just about how they get along and they work together. And it's from the first guy in to the last guy off the bench. So we've still got a couple guys that are dinged up, and we were without one of our starters tonight. But I feel he'll be back. He took some little bit of punishment against CV and Meade, but he'll step back in, and that just gives us more options.
All right. That is it for us, and we're going to take it home. On behalf of everybody involved in this broadcast, we thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel was brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. This concludes tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome.